Hello, everyone. Today, I thought to discuss with you regarding the human resource management related subject, that is human resource planning. Because when we talk about the human resource management, human resource planning take very vital role. So I thought to discuss with you very briefly what is human resource planning. Now, it is also called manpower planning, the same thing, human resource planning, manpower planning, all things same. Personal process which attempt to provide adequate HR to achieve future organizational objectives. It includes forecasting needs of employees of various categories with present workforce and the determination of various type of employees to be required or placed out of the organization employee group. That means usually in every organization they are making yearly, maybe 5-year operational plan, business plan. So HR department, nowadays we are talking about HR is a strategic partner of the organization. So based on the organization business vision, goals, HR team want to plan what are the team they require to run the future business. So that planning activity we call HR plan. But we have to understand not only the manpower enhancement, number of people increasement. Sometime based on the future plan, we have to reduce the manpower currently available in the organization. So that reduction also we can consider as a manpower plan. So according to the future requirement, if organization want new members to attract, that is also HR department want to plan, as well as if organization want to reduce the number of people currently available, okay, that is also HR team want to plan. So basically, that is the HR plan. Now, why do you need HR planning? What are the purpose of planning? There are several points. The first one, effective and efficient use of human resource. If organization want to use effectively and efficiently whatever the human resource available, there should be human resource plan. Second one, determination of required planning level in advance. So we all know recruitment is not easy task. That means taking in the people into the organization with correct knowledge, skill, and attitude, that is challengeable. So when we do the planning, we know the requirement well in advance, then we can do the activities related to that well in advance. It will give the benefit to the organization. Third one, to determine the number of employee not required, that is called redundancy. So well in advance, we can understand, okay, how many members we don't want to run the future business. Then we can plan in a proper way to reduce redundancy. So HR planning is required. To determine the training needs, based on the number of people we are going to increase, based on the number of people we are going to redundance. Okay, so whatever the future plan to achieve the future business goals, so HR team want to determine the training requirement. To stabilize labor cost, so redundancy or enhancement, it is related to the cost. So HR department can work to maintain optimal level of labor cost also. The last one, more developed, satisfied employee. So if the organization have proper HR planning activity, then the HR team and the organization can develop the people as well as create to satisfy the employees, and it will support to enhance the organizational objectives also. So these are the reasons why we want to need HR planning activities. I think now you may have some rough knowledge about this. Then, when we talk about the HR strategies, stages, okay, the first we have to do the investigation. Usually, the investigation we have to do in an internal way, that is called micro level investigation, as well as sometimes we have to do in the external level, that is called external. Usually, we are using the pestle analysis to analyze the macro level external investigation. So, based on the investigation, it can be internal and the external. We have to do the forecasting activity. When do the forecasting, there are two things important. What is called that supply and demand. Sometimes supply increase than the demand. Sometimes demand increase than the supply. Sometimes supply and demand are equal level. Then based on the what is called that relationship in between the supply and demand, we have to take the actions. Then finally, we have to use the human resource utilization. Investigation, forecasting, action, decisions, then the HR utilization. These are the HR planning stages. Now, as we discuss, investigation. This will focus on the investigation external environment. When we talk about the external, usually we are using the pestle, and sometimes internal, it is microenvironment. Because of that, I put in here within the organization. Further, this effort will be linked to the corporate plan of the organization. So corporate plan means the business plan. So based on the business plan, we have to do the investigation. It can be external as well as internal. Now, when consider the demand forecasting, when we see the view of demand aspect, the labor requirement for an organization to carry out the functions. When we carry out the function, it is required number of skills we have to identify, type of skills, categories, and the time required to be properly analyzed and forecast. So job analysis to be carried out properly to understand the demand aspects. So I'm expecting to discuss about that job analysis in another video. Because of that, I just put will discuss in late. Then the supply aspect. This will look at what could be availability of the HR within as well as outside the organization. So supply, HR department can do based on the availability inside the organization. If not, we have to search in the outside of the organization. Sometimes we are using skill inventory, then HR inventory become important in terms of special skills, competencies, knowledge, and more other things. Then as I told you, okay, so just I type in here, then you will understand more in a proper way. Surplus, what is mean by surplus? Surplus mean if supply more, that means higher than the demand. So organization in a surplus situation regarding to the manpower. If something like that, supply less than the demand, what happened? According to the labors, we are in a shortage status. Some rare situation, okay, supply can be 100% equal to the 100% equal to the what is called that demand. Then we call it is balanced situation. So there should be several situations based on the supply and demand. If the supply more than the demand, it is surplus situation. If the supply less than the demand, it is shortage situation. If supply and demand equal, that is called the balance situation. Okay, so it is also we have to understand. Now, when we go forward, the subplug, these are the action decisions. Based on the surplus shortage, we have to take the action decisions. If it happened the surplus situation, what are the actions organization can take? Sometimes organization can allow natural wastages. That means organization can allow to reduce the manpower in a natural way. Sometimes induce the retirement. Organization can what is called enhance, what is called motivate to take the retirement. Then temporarily organization can lay off the people currently available. Relocation of the work, reassigning jobs. Those are the action decisions which we have taken in the surplus situation. But if we are in a shortage situation, then definitely organization want to outsourcing. Sometimes organization want to go for the overtime. We have to do the cross-functional trainings. Then the people skills increase and we can use say one person for different tasks. Then we can take the consultancy from the outside parties to manage the situation also. So these are the action decisions which we have to take based on the surplus or shortage situations. Now, the manpower utilization is the uh, last phase, last stage of the HR planning. Manpower utilization can't be confined only to manpower planning because it's linked with other key results area of human resource management. So when we talk about the manpower utilization, we have to talk about other human resource aspect and the human resource related areas also, and expecting to discuss that in future also. So these are the requirement for HR planning. If you want to do the HR planning as an integral part, that means we have to think HR is a strategic partner of the business. Then top management commitment is must, because when we do the planning activity, sometimes we have to hire the people, sometimes we have to reduce the people. So top management want to give the commitment to HR department to do their activities in a proper way. Sometimes centralized act, we have to act as a centralized act. Personal records, we want to take the decisions. There should be a deadline, whatever the project, if we are doing, even in the HR planning also, that should be required the deadlines, planning techniques, then adequate details. So these are the requirement for HR planning. Then basically the HR planning we can discuss through the 7 steps: analyze the objectives of the organization, inventory current human resource, then we can review the current human resource availability, forecast the demand, then estimate the gap. What is the current availability? What is the forecast? Then based on the actual and the plan, we can identify the gaps. Then we have to formulate the proper plan. Whatever the formulated proper plan we have to implement, then monitor, control, and feedback. This is also like a never-ending circle. Then again, objective can be changed in the future. Again, we have to analyze the objective and we have to go through all the steps again and again. So I think now you may have some rough idea about the HR planning. I'll just summarize within few minutes. Okay. So today we discuss about the human resource planning. So when we talk about the planning, there can be manpower enhancement as well as the redundance. Everything depends on the organization business plan. Then already we have discussed about why we want to need the HR planning. There are several requirements: effective and efficient use of HR, determination of required planning level in advance, to determine the number of employees not required, to determine the training needs, to stabilize the labor cost, more develop satisfied employee. So this is the HR planning stages. Investigation, it can be internal or external. Then the forecasting, When we do the forecasting, we have to think about supply and demand, then the action decisions, and the human resource utilization. Okay, then investigation. When we do the micro, that means it is internal. If we are doing the macro, external, we have to do the pestle analysis also. So forecasting, we have to do in the demand aspect as well as supply aspect also. When we talk about the demand and supply, if the demand is lower than the supply, then we are facing the surplus condition. If the demand is high when compared with the supply, then we are facing the shortage status. If the demand and supply equal, we are facing the balance situation. So based on the surplus shortage balance, we have to take the action decisions. These are the decisions for surplus: allow natural wastage, induce retirement, temporary layoff, relocation of work, reassigning jobs. And if we are facing to the shortage situation, we have to outsource, cover with overtime, training, and we have to take the consultants from the third party team. So manpower utilization, it is very complex thing. We have to discuss other HR areas when we talk about the manpower utilization. So when we do the HR planning, there should be some requirement. Human resource planning should be in an integral part of the business. Top management commitment, centralized act, personal records, deadlines, planning techniques, and adequate details. So this is the 7 steps of human resource planning. Analyze the objective, consider the current availability, forecast the demand, identify the gaps, formulate the plan, implement plan, and continuously monitor and control and the feedback. So I think you may have rough idea about the HR planning. So I'm expecting to talk with you in future videos, other areas of the HR management, strategic human resource management also. So if you're interested, you have to do one thing, you have to subscribe this channel. Then whatever the new videos come, it is automatically come to you. Then you can learn and you can enhance your knowledge. So thank you very much, everyone. Expecting to meet you with another video as soon as possible. Thank you very much.